Hello friends, today we will go for the classification of digital IC and then types of logic family. So first, classification of digital IC. Of digital ICs. So this classification based on how many number of components mounted on a single die, that is silicon chip, it decides the classification. So the first is SSI. It is nothing but small scale integration. So in case of SSI, the number of components mounted on a single chip are around 10. So 10 number of components, it may be active passive inside a IC. IC is nothing but the integrated circuit. So inside this, the 10 components are integrated. Second category is MSI. It is nothing but medium scale integration. So in this case, 10 to 100 number of components are integrated on a single chip. Then third one is the LSI, means large scale integration. In this case, from 100 to 1000 number of components are integrated. And the last one is the VLSI. VLSI. It is one subject, VLSI, in the electronics. So it is nothing but very large scale integration. That means greater than 1000 number of components are mounted on a single chip, or one can say greater than 1000 components are integrated. So this is the classification of digital ICs based on how many components are integrated on a chip. That decides the type. SSI, small scale integration; MSI, medium scale integration, where the 10 to 100 number of components are integrated. LSI is a large scale integration. In this, the maximum count is 1000, and VLSI is very large scale integration. Here, more than 1000 number of components are integrated. Now we shall see the logic family types. So this logic family is broadly categorized into two basic types. So the first one is the bipolar logic family. Means what? In this type of logic family, the transistors are being employed. Or means the transistors are being used to construct the IC. And second type is the unipolar logic family. In this case, the MOSFETs are being employed. So here transistors are used, so that's why it is a bipolar. Why bipolar? Because we know that in case of transistors, current conduction is there because of electrons and holes. That's why it is a bipolar. And in case of unipolar MOSFETs, the current conduction due to the either due to the electrons or due to the holes, not due to the both, that is electrons and holes. So that's why this category of logic family called as bipolar, where transistors are being used to construct the digital IC, and unipolar, it consists of the MOSFETs, and the current conduction is due to either by electrons or holes, and the MOSFETs are used to construct the IC. That's why it is called as a unipolar logic family. Now the bipolar logic family is divided into subtypes. Bipolar is divided into subtypes: saturated and non-saturated. Saturated bipolar, and this one is the non-saturated. What does this mean, saturated and non-saturated? We know that the characteristics of the IC, characteristics of the transistor. So here the transistor operates in a 3 region. So here VCC, here IC is there. So this is cutoff region. This region is cutoff region. This region is a saturation, and this region is called as active region. So transistor operates in a 3 regions. First is cutoff, that means transistor is completely off. Then active means transistor is on, and the saturation means transistor is in saturation mode region. So here we want to use this transistor as a switch. That means what? Either it should be in a cutoff region or it should be in a saturation region. In between, that means we will not use transistor in a active region. Okay, so the saturated means here the transistor is used in saturation region. Non-saturated means not in deep saturation. Means what? The Q point of the transistor, operating point of the transistor, is somewhere here. That means it is not in a deep saturation. If we fix the Q point of the transistor, operating point of the transistor, in deep saturation, then it is called as a saturated. Non-saturated means saturated but not in deep saturation. Operating point is there, adjusted, right? So bipolar is again divided into saturated and non-saturated. Saturated is divided into number of types. One is DTL, the next is RTL, I square L, then DCTL, HTL, and the last one. So this DTL stands for diode transistor logic, RTL resistor transistor logic, I square L integrated injection logic, DCTL direct coupled transistor logic, HTL high threshold logic, and TTL is the transistor logic. That is, transistors are being employed to construct the IC. Then here two types are there, non-saturated. One is Schottky TTL and the ECL in case of non-saturated. Here the care is taken, the transistor should not be operated in a deep saturation. Okay, so Schottky kind of diodes are being used in between the base and collector of the transistor, and transistors are not forced into the deep saturation. And emitter coupled logic is also another category. It is for the non-saturated. So these are the bipolar kind of logic family is there in case of digital IC. And next one, in case of unipolar, as either holes or electrons decides the current conduction. It may be due to the holes or due to the currents only. In bipolar, due to the holes and currents is there, but here due to the only one. So first type in this is the PMOS, P channel MOSFET. So here P channel MOSFET is used only. Then second, the NMOS, only N channel MOSFET is used, and third one is the CMOS. So this is the complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Here P channel metal oxide semiconductor, N channel metal oxide semiconductor. So this CMOS is the combination of both, that is, it consists of PMOS as well as NMOS, and that's why it is called as a complementary metal oxide semiconductor. This is nothing but the complementary MOS, that means metal oxide semiconductor. Complementary means it consists of both PMOS and NMOS, but here, to suppose I want to construct the inverter using PMOS, so for logic low as well as logic high, I am going to use P MOSFETs only. In case of NMOS, only I will be using the N kind of MOSFETs for constructing the inverter, and in this case CMOS, I will be using one from PMOS category and another from the NMOS category. So PMOS is generally used to get the high level, and NMOS is used generally to get the low level. So that's why it is called as a CMOS, complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Thank you.